All of these involve interpretive skills on behalf of the student, both grammatical knowledge, vocabulary awareness, everything that goes into listening. Here, very similar to the first assessment that we saw, except this assessment is a bit longer. The clip is a bit longer that the student is hearing. And our first one was about 9 to 10 seconds. Here, we have listening assessment to entertainment. What I mean by entertainment is that the student is listening to something much longer. So it's not just a short announcement, it's something where it's a song, or it's a clip from a TV show, or it's a poem, or it's something where you are listening to enjoy it, right? There's no linguistic response, target language response required from the student, but the student is still listening to enjoy something and get something out of it. Let's look at a couple of the questions here. So you'll see the description says, listen to the poem by whose shirt. That's the example that I gave. And the recording is found in the questions. Again, first question, listen to the poem written by whose shirt in 1925. Where is the narrator most likely located? Again, just like the first assessment, linguistic awareness where the student has to understand what's going on and be able to infer, okay, if he's saying this and that, well, this is where he's probably located. That's our first question that we have. Where is the narrator most likely located? Second question that we have, similar to the last one, the narrator of this poem likely feels. Inferences, right? I talked about these in the reading assessments blog that we did. What is the narrator likely feeling, right? Inferences that the students can make, listen to the poem, understand what's going on, understand what's being said, how the narrator would feel in the circumstance, and then choose the correct response. Third question that we have has students, again, like the last one, eliminating things that were not said and using what they heard to determine, okay, these are the things that were talked about. Which of the following does the narrator not reference in this poem? His family, the time of day, the moon, or a friend. If the student understood the poem, if they got the vocabulary, if they got it, then they'll be able to choose, hey, yeah, this one was not heard. All three of these were heard. All of these involve interpretive skills on behalf of the student, both grammatical knowledge, vocabulary awareness, everything that goes into listening. And finally, the fourth question you'll see is a bit different. It's open-ended. So this allows the students to really say, hey, this is what I interpreted from this poem. What would you say is the narrator's message? And here, the student is responding in the shared language, not the target language. I mean, of course, you could have them do it in the target language, but I think students probably feel a little bit more comfortable, especially talking about poetry or something about entertainment, a bit more comfortable talking about it in the shared language, because then they're not just taking words and phrases that they heard from the, whether it's a TV clip or the poem or the song, and using them in their writing. They actually have to show that they understood what was going on in this assessment and in this poem to show their comprehension. So then they can talk about the narrator's message, they can give details, they can cite specific lines, he said this and that, and he feels this way because I heard this. A great way for your students to show comprehension with this type of assessment.